My name is Andrew K. Stein. I work for Deloitte Consulting, Management Consulting. I work with CEOs and executive teams talking about technology and innovation. 66 million years ago, an asteroid the size of the Atlanta Beltline slammed into the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. It released the power of 2 million nuclear bombs. The sun disappeared behind a huge dust cloud for a decade. Dinosaurs had dominated the Earth for 100 million years and then extinct. Bummer. Running between the legs of the dinosaurs was a bunch of small furry mammals, our ancestors, and they took advantage, they adapted. And like that, mammals became kings of the world. And history has a funny way of repeating itself. Again, my name is Andrew K. Stein. I facilitate innovation workshops for CEOs and executive teams. I give talks like this one. And I'm going to tell you what I tell them. There is another asteroid striking our world, extinguishing the large and the lumbering. This asteroid is exponential technology. Ooh. In the 1920s, the average lifespan of an S&P 500 company was 67 years. Today, it's 15 years. Or think of it this way, consider the top 500 companies. Researchers predict that 2 out of every 5 of those companies will not exist in 10 years. So, what is this asteroid striking our world? Exponential technology. It's any tech accelerating at an exponential growth curve. Things like robotics, virtual reality, networks and sensors. Let's look at a few common sensors that we use to play Angry Birds on our phone. GPS, accelerometers, cameras. Gyroscopes and accelerometers. In 1960, they cost millions of dollars. They put them in ICBMs to navigate the missile. Today, the gyroscope in your phone costs $3, and the accelerometer costs $1. And this keeps going. Eventually, they'll be practically free. GPS. A GPS in 1981 weighed 50 pounds and cost 100 grand. Today, it's a tiny $4 chip. The first digital camera was introduced in 1976 by Kodak. Today, it's 1,000 times cheaper, 1,000 times faster, 1,000 times lighter, and 1,000 times the resolution. It's a billion-fold improvement. The foundation of all this is Moore's Law, which says that the price performance of computing power doubles every couple of years. So compare the smartphone in your pocket or your purse to a 1970s supercomputer. The phone is 1,000,000 times cheaper and 1,000 times faster. 4 cheetahs, not 1 cheetah. So, quick history. Gordon Moore, co-founder of Intel, 1965. He noticed the number of integrated circuits on a transistor had been doubling every couple of years. It's been going on for about a decade, and Moore predicted that the consistent doubling would last another 10 years. He was off by a little bit. It has been holding steady for 60 years. Moore's Law is the foundation of exponential growth in hardware, software, connectivity, which in turn disrupts any industry that has any of those as inputs. So information-based industries, books, music, newspapers, totally turn down their head. What does it mean for something to double every couple of years? If I take 30 steps, 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 30, you can predict pretty well in your head where I am 1/3 of the way, where I am 2/3 of the way, somewhere across the room, after 30 steps. As humans, we're very good at this kind of linear extrapolation. If I take 30 doubling steps, at step 30, I'm 26 times around the world. I've gone 1 billion meters. And it's very hard to predict where I am 1/3 of the way, 2/3 of the way. Our minds are not set up for this kind of exponential growth. So why do we misunderstand it? We are small, furry mammals who evolved in a world that was local and linear. We are local. Everything we needed on the savannah was within a day's walk. We are linear. We take what happens in the past and we extrapolate it into the future. That's a cognitive bias that we have. So we're wired with this local, linear mindset. None of us have had a software upgrade in 50 million years. But today, the world is exponential and global. If you're a radiologist, you're watching your image reading being outsourced to India or to algorithms. Hemingway has this famous quote about how man goes broke. Gradually and then suddenly. Our normal expectation is that technology improves linearly, that straight line there. but diffusion is actually curved. Cameras, for 20 years, digital cameras weren't worth using. It was overpromised, but then it hits this tipping point, this knee in the curve, and suddenly it goes from being silly to use to being obvious. It's way better. 10 years ago, computer scientists pretty much all said that computers are great at rules, but they stink at following patterns. This famous paper cited driving a car in traffic. Just too hard for a computer to do. Too many other cars, traffic lights, storefronts, pedestrians, it can't be done. In 2004, DARPA launched a driverless car challenge to build an autonomous car that could go 150 miles through the Mojave Desert. 15 entrants, 2 vehicles did not make it into the starting area, 1 vehicle flipped over in the starting area, and the winner went about 5% of the way before getting stuck. That was 2004. Popular Science called it the debacle in the desert. By 2010, Google announced that its driverless cars have been driving on the 101 for some time. Which is pretty baller to be like, yeah, we've been doing that for a while. So, science fiction to reality in less than a decade. Hemingway's quote, gradually and then suddenly. The thing to take away from all this is not the billion-fold better cameras and computers. It's that I had to point that out to you. Our linear brains aren't wired to notice. So when you see exponential technologies, virtual reality, artificial intelligence, note that when they hit that inflection point, that's when they're going to change our lives and change our business models faster than we realize. Technology progress is always disappointing in the short term and transformational in the long term. So to summarize, your eyes are deceiving you. The world is changing in ways we don't see. Don't expect your company to be in business in 10 years. But enjoy your driverless phone, your awesome phones, and your cool driverless cars.